Truss is a structure which is composed of cylinder members joined together at their end points. So this is a roof truss which lie in the single plane. So you can see here that this is this roof truss is lying in a single plane, so it does not have any member which lie in the third plane perpendicular to this screen. So in the roof, load is transmitted to the truss at the joints by series of purlins. You can see here these are the three purlins we can see in this figure and three on the other side. So load is transmitted through purlins to the joints of this roof truss. There is another example of a truss which is called a bridge truss. So you can see in this second figure, you can see a bridge structure. In this bridge structure, the this brown surface is called deck of this bridge. From deck, load of cars, trucks and heavy vehicles is first transmitted to these stringers. These red lines are showing stringers, and then to the floor beam, and then this load is transmitted to the joints. You can see in this second figure, then load is then transmitted to the floor. In the method of joints, we consider that the entire truss is in equilibrium, and then each of its joints is also in equilibrium. So you can see that it has shown a joint here which is point B. Point B, there are three forces acting on point B. The first force is force BA in this direction. This is force BA. Then the second force is due to the second member, which is force BC. It is shown in this figure, and the third force is applied force, which is 500 Newton. And then there comes the direction of these forces. So first we know the direction of this 500 Newton force which is given, and we can see here that it is going towards right side. So to counter this force, we need a force on the opposite side. So FBC should be on the left side. So it should be pointing uh, towards the joint B. So this force BC has two components. This is Y component of BC, and this is X component of BC. So F component of BC will counter the 500 Newton force, and Y component of FBC will be countered by FBA. So you can see FBC Y component is on the upside, whereas FBA is on the downside. So if a force is pointing towards a joint, it is a compressive force. You can see it is a compression force, compressive force. And if a force is acting away from the joint, it is a tensile force, tension force. So now we will proceed to an example, and further we will evaluate the forces in each of these members. So he is asking you to determine the force in each member of the truss and also indicate whether the members are in tension or compression. So first we will have to consider this whole truss in equilibrium, and we can see that this truss is supported at point A, and we can see at point A there is a rocker support, and this rocker prevents the vertical motion only. So we have only one reaction at point A because it only prevents the vertical motion and it allows the horizontal motion. And at point C we have a pin connection. So pin connection prevents its horizontal motion and also its vertical motion CY. So there are two reaction forces at point C and there is only one reaction forces at point A. We can find these reaction forces by considering this truss in equilibrium, and this is a fluid body diagram of this truss where we can see the applied forces and reaction forces as well. So at point C there are two reaction forces and at point A there is only one reaction force. So the direction of these reaction forces, I have applied the direction um, but just by inspection, but uh, if if the direction I have applied is wrong, it can be corrected at the end of the problem, where if the negative sign shows the opposite sense of its direction. So uh, first I will explain that you can see here this 600 Newton force is on the right side. So to counter its effect, a reaction should be on the left side. So these forces will counter each other, and you can then see the 400 Newton force is on the downside. So this Cy is can be on the downside or upside. Its direction is not clear. It will be cleared at the end of this example. But to counter this downward effect, a force is acting on the upside. So AY will counter 400 Newton force, and the direction of CY is not clear till now. So now we consider the equilibrium of this whole truss, and we start our problem from that point where the unknowns are maximum. So we can see at point C there are two unknowns, and at point A there is only one unknown. So if we start our problem from point C, so the maximum unknowns will be eliminated and problem will be simplified. So we start our problem from equilibrium equation, which is sigma mc is equal to 0. We have take moment about point C and equated it equal to 0. So we have taken the moment at point C because there are two unknowns at point C, and this 400 Newton force has a perpendicular distance of 3 meter, and it will rotate the structure in anti-clockwise direction, in this direction. So 400 multiplied by 3 with a positive sign. Then the second force is 600 Newton, and it has a perpendicular distance of 4 meter, and it will rotate it in also in the counterclockwise direction. So with the plus sign, 600 multiplied by 4, and AY has a perpendicular distance of 6 meter from point C, and it will rotate it in the clockwise direction. So it will be with the negative sign, AY multiplied by 6 is equal to 0, and from this equation there is only one unknown, which is AY, and AY will be evaluated, and it is equal to 600 Newton. Then we will apply equilibrium equations. The second equilibrium equation is sigma Fx is equal to 0, which implies that x dash in the x direction there are only two forces, Cx and this 600 Newton force. So on the right side, x is positive, 600 minus Cx is equal to 0. So this means Cx is equal to 600 Newton. So these are the two reactions, and then we will apply the third equation of equilibrium, that is sigma Fy is equal to 0, and now we will sum up the forces in y direction. So Ay, which is equal to 600, this Ay is 600. We have already calculated Ay, which is equal to 600, and in the y direction there is 400 force, 400 Newton, minus is for on the downward side, and then there is Cy, which is also on the downward side. Cy is equal to 0. So Cy is equal to 200 Newton. This is the third reaction force. Now we will use these reaction forces at these joints and find the forces at each member. So now we'll start method of joints. In the method of joints, we will now start at a point from joint A. Joint A. At joint A, we will draw the free body diagram of this joint A. This is joint A, and the first force which is acting, which is known on this point, is 600 Newton. Ay is 600, and then this is Ay, and then we will apply a second force which is on the horizontal side, and second one is at an angle. This is F A D, and this is F A B. The direction I have not applied the direction of these forces because we'll now evaluate its direction now. As you can see, this AY force is acting on the upside. So to counter this 600 Newton force, force should be, this FAB should be on the downside, and it will have two components, this Y component and this X component of this AB force. So Y component of this FAB will counter this 600 Newton force, and now you can see that this FAB has also a X component which is on the left side, and it will be countered by FAD which is on the right side. So now we will apply equilibrium equations to this joint only. First we have applied the equilibrium equations to the whole truss. Now we will apply the equilibrium equations to this joint only, and the first equilibrium equation is sigma Fx is equal to 0. So x, in the x direction there are two forces, which is FAB cos theta. This angle theta is unknown, and we will calculate this theta separately, which is on the left side, so negative sign, plus FAD is equal to 0. And then we will calculate this theta. We know that tan theta is equal to perpendicular over base. So perpendicular is given as 4 meter. This is perpendicular of this triangle, and this is the base. So 4 by 3, and tan inverse equal to 3 by 5, and we will now replace this cos theta is equal to 3 by 5, and we have two unknowns in this equation, so we cannot solve this equation right now, but we can solve it later. So we now move to the second equation, which is sigma Fy is equal to 0, and in the y direction there is a 600 Newton force on the upside, and FAB minus FAB with its vertical component. Vertical component will be with sine theta, and sine theta is equal to 4 by 5. So it will be multiplied by 4 by 5. So sine theta is equal to perpendicular over hypotenuse. So it is equal to 0. So from this we can find out FAB is equal to 750 Newton, and you can see this FAB is directing towards the joint, so it is a compressive force. So we place a C with this force, which is showing that this is a compressive force. Then we have now value of this FAB. We will use this value in this equation, which is the sum of x forces. So 750 with the negative sign, and cos theta is 3 by 5, plus FAD is equal to 0. This implies that FAD is equal to 450, and this FAD and this FAB are the forces in these members. This is the AD member, and this is AB member, and we have found the forces in these two members. So we can design, now we can find its dimensions according to these forces. And you can see FAD is directed away from this joint, so this is a tensile force. So we place a T here, which is showing that this is a tensile force. Then we will move to another joint, which is joint D. And at joint D, first we need to draw a free body diagram of joint D. So let's say this is joint D, and this is this vertical member, and this is a horizontal member F A D. This is F D C, and applied force is also there, which is 600 Newton, and another member is also there, which is F D B. Now we'll apply the direction to these forces. As we can see that this 600 Newton force is on the right side, which is applied force, so it will be countered by this FAD, which is on the left side. Then these remaining two forces should balance each other. So we will apply any of these forces in opposite direction. If we apply it on the downside, so it should be on the upside. Or if we applied this force to the upside, then this should be on the downside. Now we will apply the uh, equilibrium equation, which is equal to sum of forces along x is equal to 0, and FAD, this FAD is known, you have already find its value, which is equal to 450, and 450 in the x direction, it is with the negative sign, plus 600, this 600 Newton is on the right side, and FDB, this FDB has two components. The x component is on the left side, so it is with the negative sign. FDB cos theta is equal to 0. So from this equation we can find now FDB. So to find FDB, we first have to find the angle theta. As you can see, these triangles are similar because their sides are similar. You can see this is 4, this is 3, so its hypotenuse will also be equal to 5. So angle will be the same. This is also equal to theta, and cos theta we know that it is equal to 3 by 5. So from here we can now find FDB, which is equal to 250 Newton. So it is acting away from this joint D, so it will be a tensile force. Now we will apply the second equation, which is sum of forces along y is equal to 0, and along y we know that FDB, the vertical component of this FDB is FDB sine theta in the upward direction, and FDC is on the downward direction. FDC is equal to 0. So from here we find that FDC is equal to, where sine theta is equal to 4 by 5. So FDC is equal to 200 Newton, and as you can see it is uh, directed towards the joint, so it is a compressive force. We place a C here to show that this is a compressive force. So now we have found the force in this member, which is FDB. This is member DB, and this member is DC. This is DC member. So we can now design these two members. So the force in this DC member is minimum, which is 200. So in each member the forces are coming different, and we can now design each member according to its force. The third now joint, which is joint C. At joint C we have the free body diagram at joint C. Joint C, this is joint C, and first at this joint, this is DCF, DC, and there are two reaction forces as well, CX and CY, and we have the values of this CX and CY as well. CY is equal to 200, and it is on the downward side, and Cx is on the left side, which is equal to 600, and it is on the left side. Then another force is acting on this point C, which is due to the member BC. This is member BC, and this is FBC. So to counter this CY, which is on the downward side, we need FDC to be on the upside. So this is the direction of FDC, and as we know that CX is on the left side, so FBC should be on the right side. So now we have drawn all the forces on this point C. Now we can easily find the only unknown, which is FBC, where FDC is equal to, we have already found its value, which is equal to 200 Newton. So we need only one equation to find its value. You can see here that we need to sum up forces in x direction only. Sum of x forces is equal to 0, and FBC minus 600 is equal to 0, and so FBC is equal to 600 Newton, and it is directed towards the joint, so it is a compressive force. So we place a C here to show it is a compressive force. So these are the forces in each of these members. So now we can easily design these members. I have highlighted these forces. So